Welcome to today's training video, Getting Creative with Canva. My name is Teresa Schuerman. I am an Ohio Valley ESC Tech Integration Specialist, a Google certified trainer, and a retired high school computer teacher. I have many titles, and I am also a despiser of useless professional development. So hopefully this will give you a good introduction to Canva, and you'll be ready to take off and get creative. If you would like any assistance, please feel free to contact me. My email address is also included on this slide. As far as Canva creations, really and truly, I started a list down one column, then another column, and finally just added no limits as the last choice because you can do so many things with Canva. If you can think it, you can probably create it. And it's also all integrated with Google Classroom. So kind of keep that in mind as you're working through this. As far as the agenda today, I just want to give you a quick introduction. We're going to take a look at the Canva homepage, at templates, at the design editor, ways to share, and then where you can go to further your knowledge about Canva. So let's go ahead and create. We're going to work together. So if you want to split your screen, you can go ahead and do that so you can be working right along with me in Canva. If you have not created a Canva account, you can do so at www.canva.com/education. And that will give you a free premium version since you have a school email address. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to close the presentation and go back to Canva's homepage. So starting at the homepage, you're going to notice three things in particular that I really want you to be familiar with. The first one is the projects, and under projects, that's where everything that you create is going to be saved. So if you log in tomorrow or next week or whenever the next time is, and you've created something, you want to click on projects, and that's going to give you a list of projects that you have saved. The second area I want you to pay attention to is this templates area. On the templates area, and let me go back and hit home, you can see the templates here on the side listed by categories. And if we scroll down and open education, you're going to see all of the ones that are available specifically for educators and for students. You can also get to any of the templates by running a search. So templates can be accessed here. Search what kind of template you want to search for, and then it'll perform that search for you. So under projects, that's where your work's going to be saved. Under templates is where you're going to go to get all of these pre-designed templates that you can just open and edit and make your own. And then the third area that I want you to look at, and I'm going to hit back to the home button, is right here to create a design. If you would rather start with a blank, you can do that right here. You can see there are all different types of blank documents that you can start with. So you're also free to start from here. I typically start from a template because I think it's easier to edit and have the majority of the design finished and just go in and change the things that are specific for my students or my classroom. So those are the three main points that I want you to be aware of on the home page. So let's go ahead and open up a template so we can go ahead and look at the Canva design and the ways that you can customize. So let's say we want to run a search for meet the teacher. We're going to do a poster about you, introducing yourself to the teacher. And then when I clicked meet the teacher, I had it set for my projects. I don't want to do that. So let me go back up here and change it to templates, and then we'll see what else we get. There we go. Okay. So the meet the teacher templates, if you look, oh my word, let me zoom in so you can see. There are 36,222 meet the teacher templates. So there should certainly be something that would come close to what you had envisioned as your meet the teacher poster. I'm going to go right here and just click this third one. It looks relatively simple, polka dotted background, colors. And again, when you're looking at your templates, you don't have to be in love with a certain template before you choose it, because you can edit all of the graphics, you can edit the colors, you can edit the fonts. So you just have to look at the main parts and see if that isn't something that might work for you. And then you can get in and actually edit. So once you've chosen a template that you think you like the looks of, then you're going to go ahead and click it, and you'll get a choice to customize this template. So we'll go ahead and click that. At this point, we are now in the Canva editor. And the nice thing about the Canva editor is it's going to be relatively the same no matter what type of project you're working on. So if you're working on a poster, you're going to see basically this same layout as when you open up a presentation and go ahead and edit it, or a video or an infograph. So once you get familiar with what's here in the design editor, then you're going to be able to customize any kind of template or start from scratch if that's what you would like to do. So when we first get started, what we're going to look at is the header. So on the header, you have your home button, which will take you back to the dashboard. Under File, it's typical commands that you would normally find under File. Save is listed under File, but it does auto save, although you can force it to save from this feature. And then you have the resize, which is really nice if you're going to try to design something and you thought you had a full sheet of paper and maybe you only had half a sheet of paper. You could go in and resize, which is, like I said, really nice instead of starting over. And then over here is going to be the file name that your project is going to save as, and it's going to be the name of the template, which I'm sure you don't want. So we're going to select this and then change it to meet the teacher. And I'm going to put for video, since this is the video, and I'll hit enter. And then that's basically it. You're going to see if you collaborate, this will show up with anybody else that has your file open. You have some analytics. And then when we're finished, we're going to take a look at this share button to see all the things that you can do with it. So let's get started with our template and customizing it. So we've looked across at the header. You're familiar with that. The next section that I want you to look at is going to be this section here on the left, the vertical panel. That's called the object panel. Anything and everything that you want to add to your design is going to come from this object panel. And then up here across the top, where it's still right now white, is where your toolbars are going to appear, and they're intuitive. So based on what you have selected on your template, different toolbars will show up specific to that selection. And then you also will have a right click. So if I right click, you of course have your floating toolbar, which has a lot of the commonly used elements. And you can see now that I've clicked that text that I do have the text toolbar that has appeared up here where it was originally blank. And then down at the bottom, you're going to see any kind of notes that you may want to add, what page you're on. What I think you'll like particularly down here is the zoom, because even though this is a full-size sheet of paper, it sure doesn't look like it. So feel free to zoom in and zoom out so you can work on things and see everything that you're trying to do. That makes it a lot nicer to see. So, with that in mind, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is decide if we want to keep this template and then look at the different ways that we can change the colors. So, if you're okay with the template, you don't need to do anything else. But if you open it up and get to this point and decide, oh man, I really don't like this template, you can always go right here and add a different template. So if I saw something else here, or I could search again right here and see if I found something else I liked, maybe I decided I want it to look like this, I could click that and then it would add it in this time as another page. Now, I don't want this to be another page, so I'm going to hit the trash can and delete it. You can also edit the template by styles. So if you click the styles panel, you're going to see different filters right here underneath the styles. And then you can filter. Maybe I want something creative, and then it's going to show me different color palettes that match that, different font sets, different combinations of both colors and font sets. So you have those options there. Maybe I want to go to see all and I decide I really don't like the pastel colors. I want it to be something bright and brilliant. Maybe I'm going to choose this one. And when I click it, you can see that your colors have changed. So that's one way to work with the colors. Now, a second way to work with them, maybe you liked everything except one specific shade. Let me go back up here and I'll hit undo. Keep that in mind. Control Z works as well. Maybe I like all of the colors except the pink. If I click on this pink, it's going to show you up in the toolbar the two colors that are in the particular object that you've selected. So this one has a pink background and a black border. Maybe I like everything except the pink. I can click on that pink and it's going to give me other colors that are in the document. It's also going to give me any brand colors that I have selected, such as I've got the OVESC colors in here. It's going to show me, which is really nice. This is the picture that's right here. And it shows me all of the colors that are in that picture. So if I'm trying to match it to a picture, those colors will be pulled out for me. And then I have the default colors as well. So I've got quite a few choices. I can also hit this plus button and add a new color. So then again, you get the prism, or you have the hex number, or you have the eyedropper that you can pick a color from the design. So you've got all of those choices. And let's say I want this to be, I don't know, make it something that you would notice. How about this shade of blue? Okay, so now I have a light blue, a darker blue, and some other pastel colors. So anything that you want to change color-wise, as long as you can select it and it gives you the color combinations right here in the toolbar, then you can easily change those. So that takes care of our template and our colors. The next thing that we're going to look at is going to be the elements. And over here on the object panel, you have the elements button, which is your second button. When you click it, you're going to see anything that you've recently used. That's why I have options here. Then it's going to start with lines and shapes. You're going to be able to see all graphics. And again, all of these are going to have a see all button that will expand them in the panel. Stickers, photos, videos, audio, charts, tables, frames, grids, collections. Like I said, your choices here, are limitless. So it's unbelievable to me that all of this is offered for free for educators and students. You also can search. So if there's an element that you want to add, you can search for it. You can use these filters again right underneath the search bar to filter your selections down a little bit. So anything that you want to search for here, you can. Maybe I want to add a star right here, but I really don't like the one that's there. I could go up here and search for star. And then let's say I wanted to have something similar to this. I can click it and it will immediately add it to my design. And at that point, I can grab the corner handle and move it. I can size it if I wanted to, which of course I would. I need to get it's kind of overlapped, so I need to get a four-way arrow, move arrow. Let's see if I can. There we go. I'm going to move this down here so you can see it. So those are my stars that I just added. And if I think those are good, but just not quite right here, again, you can see you have the color choice. So if I wanted to change the color of the stars, maybe I wanted them to be, oh, I don't know, bright green, which is hideous, but let's just go with it. And then like I said, I can size them, I can duplicate them, I can trash them. On the more button, it's basically the same things that you would get with a right click. The arrange will let you overlap and send elements forward or backwards. So that's a good feature to know about so that you can easily arrange things like you want them. So I want this star gone. I can just click on it, hit the trash can, and then I can move my lovely green stars wherever I want them to go. And if they would happen to slide behind, remember that you do have the arrange, which is going to let you send it backwards, or in this case, you would want to bring it to the front. Those options are not available because it already is on the top of your layer stack. So that's adding elements, and there are tons of them. Photos, anything that you would want, it's going to be here for you to select. You have photo frames. So if you want a picture added in a frame, in crop to that shape, you can add the frames. Maybe I want this size picture frame. I can click on it and then I could add a picture to that frame. Maybe I want to go to photos and let's say I want a picture of a teacher. I could grab it and drag it into that frame, and then it's going to crop it into that shape. Now, obviously, I have her cut off, so if you double click it, it's going to let you click and drag and move your picture so that whatever part you want showing is visible. So you've got all kinds of options under elements that you can get in there and mess around with. Okay. And again, if you want something to go away, click on it, hit delete, and that image is gone. So it's very easy to do that. And the majority of all your graphics and your sound and your videos, everything is going to be underneath this elements panel. Now, if you have specific pictures that you want to use, The third button down on the object panel is the upload button. So if you click upload, then you're going to be able to upload files. In this case, you have the three dot more button. So let's take a look at the different places that you can upload from, which is really nice. You can connect it to your Drive, a Dropbox, Facebook. Google Photos has been added. That's a new feature. If you just choose the regular upload, it's going to take you to your computer, and then you can find whatever it is that you're looking for on your computer to upload. Maybe I want to upload this cougar. I think I already have it, but you'll be able to see the progression bar here. And now, of course, I have two cougars. So I'm going to go to the more button and move one of them to the trash so that I only have one there. So once you get anything uploaded, you're going to have images, you're going to have any videos that you've uploaded, and any audio files that you've uploaded. So you've got all of those three choices of different files that you can upload to add to your design. And then the next button that we want to look at is going to be the text button. So the text button is the fourth button on the object panel. And when you click it, you are going to see different placeholders that you can use to add text. So you could add a text block that is like a heading style, a subheading style, or a little bit of body text. There are also different font combinations. These are my recently used ones. The font combinations you can see here are all available for edit. So you can change color, you can change the words, you can change the font, and they're all here. All you have to do to add anything is just click on it. So if I wanted wow for some reason, I could click it and there it is. I can drag it, size it, move it, whatever I want to do. And then here are my text colors. So this is showing up as a yellow border. So I could change that. Maybe I wanted it to be black. It doesn't look on this like on this one that I can change the pink color though, just the black. So again, whatever it gives you as your color choice options here, you can change as long as you have that selection available to you. Okay, so let's go back and let's say we want to say instead of meet the teacher, maybe I want it to say meet the presenter. Again, it's just going to be just like any other word processing text editor. You just select the text and replace it. Maybe I want this to say presenter. You can see that made it jump down to a new line. So I could do one of two things here. I could use this handle and make this a little bit wider to fit the R. And also because I have a text box selected, I have all of these options on the toolbar that's going to let me edit the text. And those should look fairly familiar to you, even if you have never used Canva before. The next thing that you can do is to change the font. So maybe I don't like this font. I can go up here to the drop down and it's going to give me, first of all, the fonts that are in the current document. It will also recommend fonts that would look nice with this design. It's going to show you any that are recently used, and then it's going to give you the whole font list at this point. Okay, so you have those choices as well as far as your font. Maybe I want this font to be this style, and then it could change it. So instead of Mr. Graham, maybe I want it to say my name. And then again, I could select the text and change the font size. I think you'll really see how easy this is to work with. And it's very intuitive. So just get in there and poke around and make changes to things. And I think you will just love it. Another thing that you're going to see when you have an object selected, any kind of object, is this button right here, and that's the rotate. So if you wanted to rotate something, you do have the option to rotate. And again, you've got the undo, so it goes back. You can comment on it. That's another button that's going to appear. You can add pages. So maybe you want another page. You can add a page to it and then start with the blank or add another template. If you really like the looks of this template and you think you need it duplicated, you can always go up here and hit this button to duplicate the page, and then you have two of the exact same thing, and you could get in and make changes to either of the two pages. So that pretty well is going to take us through the basics that we have, just the basics for today. Um, and then let's go ahead and look back at what we can do with the share button. Okay, so on the share button, what you're going to be able to do under this button again is about unlimited, but you can see you can share with people just like you can with your Google Apps. You can give people the link to collaborate with you. You can um, present. You can assign it. You can give it as a view only. You can download. You can share on social media. This print your design. Don't be fooled. I thought this was where you printed when I first started using it. Canva has a regular like Snapfish company that you can send your designs to, and they will print them for you and mail them to you. So that's an option as well. When you get ready to print in Canva, you need to download first. So you would just hit this download button, and then it's going to give you the suggested file type. So in this case, maybe we want to download it as a PDF for print. We can change that. And then it wants to know how many pages. Remember, I added that second page. So I'm just going to say that I want the one page. It gives the color profile, and then you hit download. And then once it downloads, what you do is just open it up, and at that point you print. So if we go ahead and I hit open when done, then of course I'm going to have the printer button here, and it would just be normal print like you're used to doing. So back over to the share button though. Under the share button, the other thing I want you to see is what's available under this more. And again, it's just absolutely endless. So it expands. You can see by category all the different ways that you can share. You can add your designs to any of these social media accounts that you have attached to your Canva account. You can, under save download, you can save it to Google Drive, which is a nice feature. You can send it anyway in messaging, email, etc. Um, and then you've got more options. As I said earlier, Google Classroom is integrated with Canvas, so that might be something that you want to look into. You could add this design to a Google Classroom, and it works just like it does in Google Classroom. You pick what class, whether you want it as an assignment or whatever. I've made templates and then sent those to the students so that they can edit the templates or just give them an assignment. So that's the share. And then finally, to finish up, I want you to see where you can go from here because there is so much that you can do with Canva. We could spend days and days and days, and it's like every time you turn around, they're rolling out a new feature. So it's really an exciting app to use, and I'm excited for you guys to be able to try it out, and I can't wait to see where it ends up. So if you go back to home, the other place where I think would benefit you is if you go to the Learn, and under the Learn, there is a design school that is going to, it has all kinds of tutorials and little classes that you can take, and none of them are very lengthy. So if you go to design school, you can see the different tutorials, all different kinds. So you should be really able to get a lot of help in that particular section. Also, underneath the education, and this again is still on the Canva homepage, you can check out the links for teachers and schools, for students. There's teacher resources. It's the LMS integration, so you could check that out if you want to integrate it, etc. So you've got all kinds of help that would be available to you right through Canva that you can explore as you need. So that will wrap us up for this quick Canva overview. If you have any questions or you would like to have any additional help with this, please feel free to reach out to me. Let me get that final slide back open here. You can reach out to me at this email address, Teresa Schuerman, Teresa.Schuerman at ovesc.org, and I'd be happy to give you a hand with any of your technology needs. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.